The one thing that organises my daily life better than anything else is my phone. Why? Because of the productivity apps on it. Honestly, my life would be so disorganised without the apps on my phone. So I've designed my home screen so as soon as I unlock my phone, I see my task list right there and I swipe right and I see my calendar. So those are probably the two most used productivity apps on my phone, but probably my favourite app that I just discovered a few months ago is Brain.fm. So a friend messaged me a few months ago and he said, I have a new discovery on the background music that I use. Before, I often toggle between YouTube videos, podcasts, EDM, guitar, classical music, etc. as background music. I found an app called Brain.fm and it has been working for me since. You should try it. And sure enough, I tried it and sure enough, it is amazing. I also used Spotify and YouTube for my background music, but Brain.fm takes it one step further and apparently use neuroscience and psychology to choose what music will help you stay focused the best. According to their website, Brain.fm's focus music is made to help you work better by blending it into the background so you can focus distraction-free, all while stimulating the brain with gentle rhythmic pulses in the music that support sustained attention. And you can choose what type of music you want to listen to. They give you 4 options: focus, relax, sleep, and meditate. But I almost always choose focus. And then you click into it, you choose how long you want to focus for. I usually choose 60 minutes, and then what type of focus, which I think is really a nice idea. And I usually choose deep work, and your Pomodoro timer begins with apparently science-based focus music. And on top of all that, you can choose what genre of music you want to listen to also. So it's really customizable. Definitely one of my favorite app discoveries of the year. Aura. Online security is something I take quite seriously because a few years ago I was talking to a friend who's an ethical hacker, and we were talking about how easy it is to gain access to people's online accounts. And he said to me, Mike, this is your password, isn't it? And he showed me his phone, and sure enough, on his phone was my password. And I was thinking, what's happening? How did he know that? Well, it turns out that in 2012, there was a data breach from a well-known cloud storage company where 68 million usernames and passwords were leaked. And sure enough, my password was one of those passwords that were leaked, so all my friend did was type one of my old emails into the database and it threw up my password. And that was a fair few years ago now. And that's why, if you're using the same password for multiple accounts, I strongly recommend you don't. It's also why I recommend an all-in-one security app such as Aura, who have very kindly sponsored this video. Aura is a digital protection app that helps keep you and your family safe from identity theft, financial fraud, and online threats. So Aura protects you from hackers by scanning the internet looking for your emails, passwords, and social security numbers, and it alerts you fast if it finds anything. Fortunately for me, my friend alerted me of my password being leaked years ago, but with Aura, they do that for you. So I probably now have about 100 different passwords for all my different online accounts, as opposed to just one password for everything. Because if you're someone who uses the same password for all your accounts, you're playing a very risky game. But then it's like, how do you remember 100 different passwords, right? Well, Aura also have a password manager that is super secure and remembers all your passwords for you. Now, not only does Aura check for leaked information on the internet for you and manage your passwords, but when I say it's a all-in-one security app, I really do mean it. Within the same app, they also offer antivirus protection, a VPN, home title monitoring, parental controls, and data broker removal, which if you bought all of these security services separately, it would get pretty expensive. I particularly like the near real-time alerts on suspicious credit inquiries, like if someone was opening a loan or credit card in my name, Aura would alert me. And just for peace of mind, knowing that I have an app that is basically taking care of my online security for me, that's just really nice to have. So you can sign up for Aura and they'll give you a 2-week free trial with my link. You might be surprised at how much of your private information Aura actually finds. So you can go to aura.com/Mike D to start your free trial. Also links in the description below, or you can just scan the cue card. Google Calendar. So my calendar app is probably the app on my phone that organizes my life the most, right? So it's almost like having a personal assistant that remembers everything for you. My appointments, my meetings, conference calls, those kinds of things. And what it does is sends me notifications on my phone 30 minutes before the actual event. So it's almost impossible to forget. But the best thing about Google Calendar, and actually the reason why I chose Google Calendar over all the hundreds of other calendars, is because it has a really useful widget. So from my home screen, I literally just swipe right and my calendar alongside a few other productivity apps are right there. LinkedIn. Okay, so this is a bit left field because it's like LinkedIn isn't a productivity app, right? Well, I'm all about self-education and using your downtime wisely. And so I started using LinkedIn about 3 months ago. And instead of scrolling through Instagram or Facebook or TikTok to procrastinate, I now procrastinate on LinkedIn, which is so much more educational. And for that reason, it absolutely is a productivity app. I'm also posting daily over on LinkedIn too. I talk about productivity, about business strategy, about career advice, and all things kind of businessy. So it forces me to every day come up with new ideas, new concepts, new kind of interesting things that have come up during the day that I might want to write about. And so LinkedIn is definitely one of my favorite productivity apps right now. And if we've not already connected on LinkedIn, let's connect at linkedin.com/productelon. I'll also drop a link in the description too. Fitness 22. The Fitness 22 app has completely transformed my workouts at the gym. And although it's a workout app, I still consider it a productivity app because it makes my gym sessions more effective. And for me, going to the gym is a fundamental component to optimizing my productivity, right? So Fitness 22, it essentially asks you about 20 questions to get an idea of what your goals are. And then what it does is it creates a personalized fitness plan using its database of over 500 exercises. So for each exercise, there's a tutorial video on how to perform it with the correct form. And you can keep track of your progress with bar charts and line graphs as your weight increases. And what I like the most about this app is that its user interface is incredible. It's so easy to use. It's so well designed. The last time I remember being this excited over an app was when I first downloaded Spotify, maybe about 5 or 6 years ago, because Spotify completely changed how I listen to music in the same way that the Fitness 22 app changed the way I go to the gym. The downside to this app is maybe obvious. It doesn't replace getting one-to-one personalized feedback in real time from a personal trainer that really knows his stuff, but it's the next best thing in my opinion. Todoist. In my opinion, everyone should have a task list. In fact, my task list is so important that not only is Todoist widget on my home screen, so every time I unlock my phone, it's right there reminding me what I have to do, but also I have 2 task lists, one on my home screen and one when I swipe right. And the reason why I have 2 is because if I need to do something unrelated to work, so for example, if I need to remember to reply to an important email, to make a payment to a service provider or something like that, then I'll write it there. Essentially, the task list's main purpose can be boiled down to one sentence. It makes sure you don't forget to do something. So that task list is for important tasks, usually work related. And then I have a second task list, which I call my weekend task list, which I put lesser priority tasks. For example, if I need to go shopping for a pair of jeans on the weekend, for example, then I'll write that on the task list just so I don't forget. My Todoist app and the Google Calendar app, just those 2 apps alone, if you install them on your phone and actually use them, will make you a more reliable person, right? No more missing appointments, no more forgetting to do things. Focus To Do. The Focus To Do app is again a really basic and simple app. It basically just forces you to work. That's all it really is. You set a timer for how long you want to work and then you work. You have options where you can set it so that it locks your phone while you're working so you're not tempted to get distracted while you're supposed to be working. And there are loads of other features on it. For example, you can turn on relaxing background music through the app or turn on full screen mode. However, one thing I have actually found better than the Focus To Do app is a actual physical timer. So I used this timer and it's been a lot better for tracking my time and staying focused in deep work sessions. And the main reason being that I don't like having my phone next to my laptop when I'm working. I usually have my phone behind my laptop because it's less distracting. But by having this timer next to my laptop, and it was super cheap, less than $10, the timer is counting down, so it kind of puts pressure on me subconsciously as though I'm running out of time. It's just a small timer, $10, but in my opinion, it's more effective than any Pomodoro app I've used. So what have I learned over the last year? Often having hundreds of productivity apps on my phone to try and stay focused isn't the best option. And I made a video on this called my minimalist productivity system, where I go through my 3-device productivity system, my phone, my laptop, and my iPad, and the apps I use on them. You can click on the card on the screen to watch that. Alternatively, I made another video called how to beat your procrastination addiction the easy way. Again, you can click on the card on the screen. And don't forget to check out this video's sponsor, Aura, for your all-in-one digital security app. Link in the description below.